Alright, hey guys, it's Brian once again from The Boring Husband. Okay, today I'm a little bit casual, okay, because there's the one thing I really wanted to cover was Palantir's earnings. So when I heard about the earnings last night, this morning I woke up, wow, the stock spiked 20%. Okay, so I kind of rushed over to the studio, hence the casual attire. If not, usually I'm always in long sleeve and all. So today's Palantir's video is very interesting. Okay, now prior to the earnings report yesterday night at market close, okay, we had a lot of volatility surrounding the stock. It was really up by about 4-5%. Okay, but with the earnings call yesterday, with their really spectacular earnings, the stock spiked 20%. Okay, now I am not here to go through this entire report, okay, and tell you what the gap income from last year is, the EPS, the commercial revenue, all this nonsense, okay, that you have here. You can go to their investor relations website, okay, and to be honest, on a near-term basis, right, these numbers are really, they're insignificant, okay, because I mean, okay, significant to the extent that they affect the short-term stock price, okay, but in terms of this commercial revenue grew 15% year on year. I mean, does it really help you make a decision whether to buy the stock or to hold the stock? It doesn't. It just tells you that commercial revenue is growing. It tells you that government revenue is growing. Some of these numbers are important because what we want to see in Palantir is actually growth in commercial revenue. So we are seeing that. But apart from that, if I tell you that their GAAP profitability, EPS per share is 1 cent versus minus 1 cent the last quarter, it doesn't really make a difference. Okay, so all these increase in revenue, I'll cover the big ones. Okay, but all the small ones you guys can go read by yourself. Okay, so for this video, I break it down into 3 parts. Number 1, I'm only going to cover the key financials. So that's revenue, EPS, and along with the growth in revenue for commercial and government. So this is important. Okay, and number 2, once I'm done with the so-called financials, I'm going to go through the technicals. Okay, there's some very interesting technical chart patterns that I'm finding in this stock. That's what I think. I think you guys should know too. And lastly, okay, I will end off the stock with some I'll end off the video with some very interesting remarks from the CEO himself that you can actually find at the top of their recent investor relations report. Okay, so without further ado, let's take a dive in. Okay, let's look at why the stock spiked 20% and my thoughts as to what's going to happen to Palantir moving forward. Okay, so first of all, revenue is up 18% year on year. This is fantastic. Okay, so previously, okay, the reason why we see like Palantir kinda whack is because I think sometime early last year, the CEO came out, the guy looked like Jimmy Neutron. The guy said that Palantir is going to grow its revenue 20% year on year. No. Yeah, something like that, okay. And then what happened is that for one of the quarters, they didn't manage to achieve that. So people thought that, oh, this guy's telling a lie, and then that added to the so-called bearishness in the stock. Okay, so for them to be able to achieve this 18% growth year on year, okay, to 525 million, is actually a brilliant thing. Okay, it really means that, okay, what the CEO says does have some weight to it, that he's not just trying to pull a fast one. And overall, it's really good that, in fact, 525 million was actually higher than what analysts expected, which was 506. So they beat analysts' expectations, and CEO himself not telling lies. Brilliant. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to bring to your attention is not so much the GAAP EPS, sorry, but I wanted to bring to your attention the commercial revenue. Okay. Now, the problem with Palantir, okay, is that a lot of people think that this is a company that only deals with the government, and that's absolutely true. For a very long period of time, a majority of their revenue came from government contracts. Okay. Now, we all know that there's only that many governments in the world that need your product, right? So for a very long time, Palantir was trying to take its products and kind of shape it to fit the private sector. So that's what we call the commercial sector. And what investors actually want to see, okay, is their commercial revenue growing year on year. Okay, so it means that they're getting more private clients or more private businesses, and that's great because you will never be able to sell a product to every single private business in the world. Okay, so for us to be able to see growth, or rather quite good growth, we're looking at 15% year on year in commercial revenue is a very good thing. Okay, and in addition to this, okay, what people want to see, okay, is big customers being Palantir's customers. Okay, but the thing is that Palantir's product is so secretive that you have no idea who its customers are. Okay, but one of the things I managed to find while scanning on the internet, okay, is that the chief revenue officer, okay, he said that one of their newest commercial customers is actually, I quote here, one of the largest insurance companies in the world. So that's great. Okay, I think large insurance companies, what you have like what AIA, AIG, that kind of thing. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so it's great that these kind of big companies are using Palantir's products and contributing to its commercial revenue. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to add, okay, is that with regard to this like boost in revenue, that's one. Okay, we're looking at some very new products, okay, that Palantir is releasing into the market. Okay, number one, what I see over here is a quote, the earnings again, is that investors will be pleased not only with the better than expected results for the quarter, but also the guidance for profitability as well as recent AI initiatives. So from my understanding, there is not a lot of information about Palantir's new AI platform at the moment, but we do know, okay, that it was launched 2 weeks ago and it works on the same technology that's behind ChatGPT. Okay, so once again, it's very difficult for me to say that this new AI platform can like pick data points and from there be able to identify targets on the battlefield, blah blah blah. Okay, it's very hard to say, but the fact that they are indeed using AI, and I would say hopping on the bandwagon rather than avoiding it, I think is a great thing. Okay, so this is what is happening in terms of their financials. Okay, I'm being a bit brief here, but at the very least, I do believe I covered, pretty much what you need to know, okay, about this earnings report in terms of financials. Okay, next I am going to go into technicals. Okay, now the one thing about Palantir that has had quite a lot of people, I would say, comment on the chart, okay, is that, yeah, let me just kind of bring up the chart a bit here. You can see that for a very, very, very long time, okay, the stock has been consolidating. So I'm just going to circle this part here. Okay, so for about since I would say early last year to the present, okay, the stock has been in this very, very tight consolidation phase of between, I believe, 6 lah. Okay, sorry, what's happening here? I believe 6 to 6 to 10, okay, because recently the stock went back to 10 again. So this consolidation phase, right, that has been happening for about a year and a half already, and what you want to know about the fundamentals of support levels is that the longer the stock stays at the support level, okay, the more likelihood investors find that, hey, the stock is kind of cheap now, it's, I would say, what's the word for it, adequately priced, and hence investors want to buy in. They feel that, it's a good buy to enter at these levels, and hence you see this very, very, very long support level form, and right there at about, I think just early this year, what we're looking at, April, okay, we see that this golden cross form, okay, where you see that 50-day moving average, that blue line, break above the 200-day moving average. That is a brilliant sign, okay, but we could see after that that there was a little bit of a retracement, and when you see, these two lines over here, become very near to each other, it means that the bull rally is very, very weak. Okay, so as of today, the stock has gapped up 20%. We are not seeing that on this chart yet. Oh, we are. So from 7.74 yesterday at close to $9.14 as of pre-market today. That's brilliant. So with this gap up over here, I do believe that we are going to see a wider gap between these two moving averages, indicating a stronger rally. Okay. Now, in my opinion, for us to really, I guess, conclude, okay, that we are on like a different trajectory for Palantir, okay, we do want to see the stock break past 10 and hold it. Okay, now $10, okay, even though it's a psychological support level, it's more important to Palantir than you think, okay, because $10 is also at or about the area that it IPO'd. Okay, I think so. Last time I bought was like around $10 or so. Yeah. So this $10 psychological support level / resistance level is very, very important. Pay very, very close attention to it. Okay, but if not, so long as we see this kind of blue line not cross back below the 200-day moving average, I think that we are pretty much, we can say that we are indeed in a bull rally for Palantir. Okay. Now, there's a few things that we should consider moving forward. Okay, I said at the start of the video that the last quarter was profitable for Palantir. Okay, and of course, the last video when they were profitable, the last quarter, is because they had some kind of asset gain from some disposal of some asset, and it wasn't even in their normal business. It's like their like sideline business kind of thing. Okay, this time round when they achieve get profitability for the quarter, it's real. Okay, it's really like, there are businesses that are doing well. It's not just like, they buy and arbitrage some kind of nonsense. Okay, this time around it's real. Okay, but okay, there are a few things, okay, that we need to know about this quarter moving forward. Okay, and the first thing that I want everyone here to know, okay, is this opening statement in Palantir's report. Okay, now in my opinion, Alex Karp, the CEO, has set the bar really, really high. Okay, for Palantir. Okay, he says here that we were profitable again this quarter, and we now anticipate that we will remain profitable each quarter through the end of the year. Okay, so he's saying that, okay, we are doing well now, and year on year, we will achieve profitability. Okay, the reason why he says this, okay, of course, okay, like every business now wants to make money and all that, but there are there's a lot of speculation, and one of it is this idea of S&P inclusion. Okay, so the S&P inclusion, basically, long story short, okay, in most cases, any company that's included into the S&P is regarded as a very bullish move. Okay, remember Tesla? Okay, back in, like, I don't know, a few years ago, okay, they were also included in the S&P, and people are calling this the Tesla moment for Palantir. Okay, because it all starts with a few small profitable quarters, then the year becomes profitable, and when you're included into the S&P, it's like finally God gave you a chop on a clap on the back and say, hey, good job, man, you're in the big leagues now. Okay, so this is what we want to see, okay, for Palantir. Hence, Cup has made the bar really high, okay, and if next quarter they are not profitable, I'm telling you, girls and guys, we are screwed, man. This stock is going to go back down to 5, okay. So let's hope that he set this bar high and we are able to achieve this profit for the year, okay. And one more thing that he wrote over here, okay, just for me to expand on, is the depth of engagement with and demand for our new artificial intelligence platform is without precedent. Okay, so two things. He's saying that number one, they have a new AI platform, that's what I mentioned just now, and he's saying that the demand for this platform is really good. Okay, so I think overall, this is if you are a Palantir shareholder, you guys should be proud. Okay, I myself, I'm a Palantir shareholder. I have at or about a little less than 1,000 shares at an average price of less than $10. Okay, so I have a lot of Palantir. I think I'm very happy today. Okay, haven't been happy for a while. But still, as always, okay, do not all in your stock. Do not all in your portfolio in one stock. Okay, this is a very good moment for Palantir, but it doesn't in no way mean that you should all in one stock. Please, never do that. Okay, everybody can see online recently, this cuckoo go and put 100k into Bed Bath & Beyond. Please don't do that and lose your life savings, okay? If you have a smaller portfolio, you can take more risks, okay? But if you have a bigger portfolio, not good to all in one stock, okay? And yeah, pretty much that's about it, okay? In the pre-market now, okay, let me just kind of give everybody a very quick idea where we are at now. In the pre-market, we are now up 17%. Okay, so we are floating between $9 and $9.30. Yesterday, or rather this morning when I woke up, when I was looking at the post-market movements from yesterday, the stock actually hit close to $10, $9.94 to be exact. Okay, so once again, psychological support levels, right? Hit 9.94, cannot break 10. People want to take profit at 10. So if we have enough people buying in, holding at 10, and hopefully that 10 being a support level, then everyone, we're going to head to the moon. Okay, so with that, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.